What do you think of the approaches at the plate with some high-quality starting pitching if you were facing that?
I thought the first game we did a fine job. The guy was really good through here last week, so I thought he did a fine job in the first game. The second game was obviously not very good. We haven't done that. We haven't been like that so far this season. So a little disappointing in the way that we approached our bats and our inability to make an adjustment throughout that. But, you live and you learn, and you make sure you don't make those same mistakes into the future. But kind of the tale of two different programs, and a lot of credit that the second guy did a really good job, had good stuff, and had a little vertical action on the fastball. Had good spin to it, and got to the top of the zone, and we didn't force him out of that. And, we've done a good job up to this point of not allowing somebody to stick with Plan A for that long. In second game, we obviously just didn't do that.
And going off of that, San Diego is a team that is kind of known for their pitching and for their defense. So what was your game plan heading into this weekend's games?
Well, as it is with each team, you're going to put together a scouting report based on the pitcher, and they're going to take care of the ball, and that some of the offensive things that they're going to try to do, and so you prepare the guys defensively for that. But as far as a game plan for how they're going to pitch, it's usually a pretty common practice on how you approach each guy. So guys are going to pitch really in one of two ways. They're really effective ones. They're going to try to throw something with a spin rate at the top of the zone and work a breaking ball off of it, or they're going to try to sink it and throw a changeup off of that. And they follow. They try to throw pitches up and over the middle and try to spin the ball up, and especially the second guy. And we just didn't combat that very well. So they did what you thought they would do. We have less information on the second guy because he's a freshman, so you don't have a lot of the TrackMan information. And but the reality is that you've got 2 eyes that God gave you, and you can see pretty quickly what's happening, and we just didn't adjust to it.
You snaked how much does the winning culture, I mean, you have all those banners out there. I mean, that second game notwithstanding, you kind of snaked your way out of some tight spots in the first game. You snaked your way out of the first inning in Purdue, with minimal damage, and then you're able to turn around and beat up on guys, and not get them out of spots. How much does the winning and looking back on that, help you when you get into tight spots and are able to get out of them now?
Well, I think it's a double-edged sword. I told the guys, I feel like, we've been in that spot several times throughout the course of this year already, where we've been in really close games, and those games have gone our way because we willed them to go our way, and we executed them to go our way. And you can't just expect that to happen. It comes from your fortitude and your unwavering commitment to executing a plan, and to not allowing the game to go in a different direction. The game's perfect the way that it is, and there's so many counts that flip, and there's so many opportunities that are presented over the course of 27 outs. You have to force them to work in your favor. And we've done that. Over and over again throughout the course of the season to this point. And the second game was the first time where we haven't. And again, they're a good team. They pitched well. They played well. That's not to be in any way, not complimentary of them. But we didn't give ourselves a chance. We didn't give ourselves a chance because of the way that we approached our at-bats, the way that we didn't execute consistently on pitches out of the zone, and we didn't make that guy get off of Plan A. So I think it could be a double-edged sword where you just assume it will go your way, and it doesn't. The game, I got a buddy that pitched in the big leagues, and he told me, he said there's 2 kinds of ball players. There's humble ones, and there's ones that are about to be humbled, right? And I think that's rather appropriate. You can't assume things will happen, especially when you're playing a really good team that's had success and won a lot of games and really well coached. So you have to go out and you have to execute, and you have to tough out the game and honor and respect the longevity of it. And we just didn't do well enough of that.
Gabe Bierman's kind of been a guy that stepped in, become the top pitcher on your staff this season, on a staff that didn't really have a clear top guy. How have you seen him transition from his freshman year to his sophomore year, being a Friday night guy who finished on Saturday?
Well, he's always been a tough kid, right? His upbringing and his family did that, and that's him. He's gained 40 pounds, right? He's invested into his body. He's invested into his diet and nutrition, the weight room, and he's worked to master his craft. Where he didn't have the changeup that he does and before, and didn't have the slider, didn't have the velocity. All those things allow him his stuff to continue to grow, and then you add that you add the increased stuff to an already competitive kid under the guidance of a great pitching coach, and you give a chance to have a really good arm, which he is. But he's done a really good job, as with a lot of those guys that have really improved themselves. But we're fortunate to have Gabe be able to go out and give us a good start each and every time out.
Did you expect for Litwicky to be extended to as long as he was tonight?
No, not necessarily. He gives up 2 in the first, although I don't think they're necessarily earned. We made a mistake or 2 out there, but he kind of got in a groove. He kind of got in a roll there. Was able to execute his off-speed pitch really well. Pitched really well. The velo kind of ticked up as he went, and I think we had planned on him going 1 less than he did, and he rolled really quickly. And I looked at Justin and just said, like, let's go 1 more. Like he's really in a good spot.
How tough was it to see the 3 strikeouts after he said all year that he's stressed on improving, not striking out as much?
Say it again. No, I'm sorry.
For Var, I know he stressed all year about striking out less. How tough was it to see 3 strikeouts tonight?
Well, he wasn't alone. It'd be different if he was on a solo mission. He was like on a group tank there. Right? So the whole lot of them weren't very good. And I take that personal because I run the hitting, and he's not in any way, shape, or form by himself on that. So he's done a good job. He's done a good job. He's been a good player. He's worked really hard like he always has, and he'll be just fine. And the rest of them will be just fine. But he was in no way, shape, or form on a solo mission there.
So based on the second game, what do you think needs to change with the approaches going forward at the plate?
We just have to do what we're taught to do. I mean, it's as simple as that. Like you can't go up there and have like a heat check swing in the first swing, the first strike, and then settle in after that at bat. You can't swing at fastballs at your neck, and you can't swing at fastballs in the dirt. And then you can't whine and complain, on an officiating call one way or the other when you go up and do knucklehead things throughout the course of an at-bat. Like you can't give away 2 or 3 pitches during an at-bat and then want to judge a fine call on a toss-up 1 inch one way or the other. So we don't have to change anything. We just have to do what we've done for the first however many games we've played, and just go back to do what we do. The game rewards toughness. It rewards consistency, and so we have to be consistent. And when we're not, it's a really tough game to win. And when you are, it's a much easier game to manage, and it's a tough game to win, but easier to manage.
I wanted to follow up on Gabe Barron one more time. Yeah. When you're out as the first baseman, I don't know if you can see any of the dugout shenanigans they're doing over here. Do you have any thoughts on all the craziness that he seems to be kind of leading?
I mean, I want him to have fun. Like, baseball is a fun game. You should enjoy playing the game, especially if you're going to be at the ballpark for like 16 hours. You should enjoy the opportunity to be out here. And I want those guys to have fun. As long as they keep it clean, they can jump up and down and hoot and holler and have a good time. I mean, they're kids playing a game and getting to go and get their education, at least partially paid for some of them. So they should enjoy the opportunity. We have a good time at practice. We have a good time at games, and even when we don't play very well. It's a good thing that in baseball you have another one come up tomorrow and you play 60, 70 games, and we'll be just fine. We'll get back after tomorrow.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.